Me to read the 1001 Nights, it would be very selfish of me not to share it instead of just reading it alone. It's unselfish to share it. So I'm going to read night 347 because we left off at 346 with we didn't know what happened. Morning now dawned, and Scheherazade broke off from what she had been allowed to say. Then, when it was the 347th night, she continued, I have heard, O fortunate king, that Ibrahim ibn al-Mahdi said, When the host learned my name, he jumped to his feet. That was in the prior story. He jumped to his feet and said, I would have been astonished if excellence like this had belonged to any except a man of your distinction. I cannot thank fate sufficiently for the favor it has shown me. It may be that I am dreaming, he said, I cannot thank fate sufficiently for the favor it has shown me. It may be that I am dreaming, for otherwise how could I have hoped that a member of the Caliph's family would come to visit me in my house and drink with me tonight? I insisted that he sit down again, which he did, and he then started to ask me delicately why it was that I had come to this house. I told him the whole story from start to finish, concealing nothing. As for the food, I went on, I had all that I wanted, but the same is not true of the hand and the wrist. Remember, he had seen a hand and a wrist through the window. If God Almighty wills, he replied, you will get what you want of these. He then told one of his girls to tell one of the others to come down. He started to summon them one after another and show them all to me, but I couldn't see the one I was looking for. By God, sir, he said to me at last, there's only remained my mother and my sister, and these he insisted on bringing down and showing to me. I was astonished at his generosity and liberality. May I be your ransom, I told him, and I then asked him to start with his sister. Willingly, he answered, and when his sister came down, she showed me her hand, and I could see that it was she whose hand and wrist had caught my attention. When I told him this, he ordered his servants to fetch witnesses immediately. When they had come, he produced 2 bags of gold and told the witnesses, Goodness, this is our master, Ibrahim ibn al-Mahdi, the uncle of the commander of the faithful. He asked for the hand of my sister, and I call you to witness that I have given her to him in marriage, just like that. He sees the hand, and goodness, he's going to marry this hand? I don't get it. Providing her with a bag of gold as her dowry. Then he said to me, I give you my sister, so-and-so, in marriage for the dowry that I have stated. I willingly accept that, I replied, at which he gave one of the bags of gold to his sister and the others to the witnesses. Then he said, Master, I would like to prepare a room for you in which you can sleep with your wife. That was quick. What do you think? Amazing that you can get a wife and a bag of gold just like that. Or at least the wife got it. His generosity put me to shame, and as I felt him better to sleep with his sister at his own home. I told him to send her to mine with what she needed. I swear, Commander of the Faithful, that he provided me with so much in the way of furnishings that my rooms were scarcely big enough to hold it all. Later, the girl gave birth to this son of mine, who is standing before you. Thank goodness. Al-Mamun was astonished by the man's generosity, and he praised him and exclaimed, I have never heard of anyone to equal him. He then told Ibrahim ibn al-Mahdi to fetch him so that he could see him for himself. When the man came and was asked to speak, the Caliph was so impressed by his wit and culture that he made him one of his intimates. God is the giver, the bestower. Is that like a happy ending, or what happened? Seems he just sees the hand and the wrist and... Hmm. Goodness. That's most of 347, but then this new story started. It says a story is told that a certain king warned his subjects that if any of them gave any alms, their hands would be cut off. As a result of this, charitable giving came to a halt, and no one was able to give anything to anyone. One day, however, a starving beggar approached a woman and asked her for alms. End of night 347. We are reading Arabian Nights, night 347, from Malcolm Lyons' Penguin Classics, Arabian Nights, Volume 2. The hand and the wrist. Wrist.